welcome back to another exciting adventure here with Pardon the Distraction, a show that now has 3 ADD people on here, and the only thing we can add is more ridiculously unnecessary pieces of the conversation. So today's concept is focus. We're going to focus because today we're talking about all the announcements at SDCC. That's the San Diego Comic-Con. I'm DJBluePDX, and joining me right now, of course, my co-host is The Lost Drake and our special guest opinionated columnist. It's no other, I don't even know if that's a real word, it's Anna Tinkerbell.
And a cat's butt.
I'm my cat's butt. That's me. Oh, sorry. He just wants attention right now.
He just wants the love. And I'm
everybody
also
likes
offended that you
love.
missed our
There we go.
H. You just did ADD. You forgot our H.
Yeah, I have 4 in my acronyms, sir.
God damn it. All right, fine, fuck. Here
How
we go.
dare you?
So
Capital
yesterday we
H
did
for a reason.
Yeah, yesterday we did a 2-hour episode. We went way over and on so many different rants. It was hilariously appropriate for all of us. It's on brand.
Yeah.
We tried.
So-
That's the main thing. We tried.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So San Diego Comic-Con again happened finally this year, and it brought a ton of new announcements, trailers, teasers, and from things like Marvel, Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones, like just a little bit of everything. We had DC and in there as well. So lots of fun stuff. It was on from the 21st to the 24th. So let's chat about this. Yesterday we tried to start and then we just got off topic. To recap that, Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves is coming out. The cast is a little interesting, but it looks like there are issues. I'm just hoping that it gets better.
Yeah. It looked a little rough. I mean, we kind of talked about that briefly in that last episode. It looked a little rough, but you know what? Maybe it was just the trailer itself, maybe just to draw in a rounded audience. But I don't know. And I don't know. I don't know. I know we're staying on track, but I just want to talk about this really quick because this is actually a really huge announcement that just came out not even 25 minutes ago. Amazon is relaunching a League of Their Own reboot, and some of the original cast is going to come back for it.
Yes.
So
awesome.
I don't know exactly how that's going to work, but I just saw it. It popped up, and I was like, oh, because honestly, that is a very revolutionary movie in itself.
That is a thing.
Yeah, but like Rosie and Gina Davis and Madonna are all. And
Oh my God,
name?
Madonna!
Yeah, Madonna's in it. There's a bunch
what's her
of
name
famous
from
people.
Fried Green Tomatoes? Is in there.
Yeah. God, I can't.
Mary Louise Parker?
Yeah.
No.
The Hocus Pocus. God damn it. I can't. Betty.
No.
Bette Miller, right?
Bette Midler.
Yeah.
Bette Midler
Bette
voice.
Midler is not in that movie.
What?
Not the original.
No, Hocus Pocus one. She is.
Yeah.
Hang on. Wait. No. Yeah. No. It's
Bette Midler.
So it was Tom Hanks, Gina Davis, Lori Petty is who I was thinking of. Madonna, Rosie O'Donnell. Yeah, Megan Kavanaugh.
If he was talking about Hocus Pocus, I was like, fight me!
Tracy Reiner was in there. Biddy Schramm and Cusack played in there. That was a young Ann Cusack.
Yeah.
And Ramsey, Patty Pelton before she exploded. So lots of really great. John Lovitz was in there.
I didn't
Bill
mean
Pullman.
to go off topic. I just thought it was really cool because that's, especially right now with everything that's going on in the world, especially here in the
It's
United States.
a good wholesome.
It's definitely a good thing.
Nice
for,
breath of fresh air.
Yeah, it'll be a nice. Basically,
it's going to be a TV series.
Yeah, it's going to be a TV series. Yeah, on Amazon. It's good. Yeah, it's going to be. It's going to start off with 8 episodes. So
nice.
Yeah. So they're going to keep it alive and keep it going. So depending on how it does, which I could already see all the people that have been, kind of talking about it already from what I've seen online. It looks pretty good. So we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll have to see.
All right. Back on topic. Sorry.
So, okay, so moving away from that, let's get down a little farther into this. And by the way, we're going to post the link. It is an IGN article. It basically covers everything. They did a great job doing this. So, Disney is bringing back National Treasure.
Yeah.
Which, if I'm not mistaken, that was a Nick Cage.
Yeah, Nick Cage. Yeah. And
Nick Cage, man.
And there's rumors that he will be in it, but it's going to be he's going to be cameo based. He's not going to be there the entire time, which I kind of heard he's upset about because he wanted to be in it like completely because obviously Nick Cage has kind of been on the outs in Hollywood for a while. Although he did have his Strain of Enormous Talent, or what that movie that came out, which was actually really good. I love that movie. It was really good.
Recommended, totally recommended.
Yeah,
and
really
even Pablo Pascal or whatever his face, he's brilliant in it as well.
Yep.
Do you want to talk about cartoons at all?
It depends on what it is. I mean, obviously the X-Men series. I mean, that's a big one, but
because Marvel's Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur had their first look clip at SDCC.
Yeah. A lot of people are kind of like, who? You know, because like it's one of those characters that's kind of off the wall, and they're kind of filling up their roster on Disney Plus. I think
especially for the audience as well. So that's what they're trying to build that gap in.
Yeah, they're trying to give it a little bit more. So they have kids, they have the R-rated, which is definitely a big talk about in San Diego. And then also to like just fill in the gaps on Disney Plus. So I mean, like there's so many shows that like should be on Disney Plus, and with Deadpool officially being added to Disney Plus again, which not again, but for the first time. That's crazy. I mean, it's crazy to think that we're at that point now, you know. So, but definitely.
Like if they want to keep printing that money, they're gonna have to start opening up some gates. You know what I mean?
Right.
So one of the biggest draws to this cartoon is probably going to be the cast. We've got Allison Brie, Andy Cohen, Jennifer Hudson. So that should be. Just the voices alone should lend some viewership to this show.
Yeah.
Flipping to the opposite end of things, from Marvel to DC, there's they showed off the new Gotham Knights gameplay trailer. Was it Batgirl, right? For Batgirl, and it looks dude, good.
I cannot wait for that
Batman
game.
games are always amazing.
Well,
always amazing. We talked about this yesterday.
Dude, because you were showing it off on your Steam Deck, but I actually got the Gotham Knights Collector's Edition. I was one of the lucky ones who actually got his hands on it. And it's coming in October, and it has all 4 of them in a giant statue mural.
Awesome.
So I'm really sad. I already called dibs on Batgirl because, like, out of all of them, either that or Nightwing, I was like, I want one of those 2 because the other
Nightwing would be nice. I keep
Nightwing's
Nightwing
awesome.
over Batgirl to be fair.
Well, but Batgirl's moves look really cool, especially after seeing her in this trailer that they showed off too. So
it does look badass. So I look forward to what they're going to bring with the mechanics.
It's co-op, which is the coolest part. Like you can play. I'm still a little upset it's not 4-player co-op. I find that a little weird that you got 4 characters.
I think
you can only play 2.
I think you've been soaked way too long in 4-player co-op.
No, there isn't enough.
You go way into your guild.
No. They're literally everything. Guilds. All the games now are 3-player co-op online. None of them are 4, except Halo.
Apex is 3.
Everything is 3. Halo is 3.
PUBG is 4.
Bungie.
I can go through it.
Yeah, Dusty.
I have a Battlefield. You have to be in a squad of 4. Okay, must be a squad of 4. Okay, PUBG is 4. Fortnite 4. And also the options below. There's a lot of 4-player games out there, but I hear you're barking. There's lots of 4s.
The one thing that is the person who's not making an appearance. The one person who's not making an appearance in this game, though, which is unique because he's been in all the rest of them, I believe, is Joker.
Yeah, Joker and Batman are not making an appearance in this game at all, according to them.
To be honest with you, they have been very blood dry.
Yeah, because Batman is dead, according to all the trailers and everything that they've talked about. But you know what, though? They say that, but they said the same thing about the last Batman 2 Origins, and they said that Joker wasn't going to be in it, and he was. So
I'm going to throw in that coin and say, multiverse.
Or Lazarus Pit.
Yeah. Right.
So one thing I was not expecting was the He-Man Masters of the Universe Season 3 trailer, and the fact that William Shatner is in the He-Man project. Like,
have you watched any of the new He-Man?
No, I have self-respect.
No, I'm not gonna lie, dude. No, I'm gonna tell you right now, dude. It's actually really good.
He's wearing way too many clothes. Well, I'm used to the '80s one where he was literally in a loincloth and that was it.
No. He has that too. But no, it's
he has that too. You have options.
He has options. Yeah. No, but it's a lot of famous people, and it's also directed by Kevin Smith.
Oh,
true. The whole thing, the whole show is done by Kevin Smith. Yeah. So it's definitely it's got the twists and turns, and it's definitely a little bit darker than the old He-Man. And it's not cheesy. It's actually like Skeletor isn't like the whole time and fucking stupid. You know, it's actually like, yeah, I did it. But like, it's actually like, it's actually got
But
some
he
depth
looks
to it.
so intimidating to look at, like a skeleton wearing a hood, being very demanding.
Any
Yeah.
skeleton wearing purple is
This is not what I imagined out of my toys.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Hey,
That's
look,
it, that's
when
it.
you got it, when you got a cartoon where you got Stinkor, okay, that's
Stop. Okay,
Stinkor.
I digress.
Stinkor, which I have
Okay.
that collectible, by the way, still in
course
the
you
box
do.
from when I was a kid. So yes. Anyway, sorry.
Oh, you're good. One of the things that we talked about yesterday, which we're not going to get into a rant about today, but it has been confirmed that DC has zero plans to make any more Snyderverse movies.
Yeah.
That was a
I
big.
wonder why.
Yeah, there's a big hullabaloo about that. You can research that. We may put some links in the chat about that.
Yeah.
And then let's see here.
I mean,
Oh
look-
yeah, look, the big one, Lord of the Rings, the Rings of Power.
Yeah.
Which is a prequel to the Hobbit and Lord of the Rings. It's about when the first rings were
created.
crafted.
Yep.
They
Before
did this
Sauron
about
was the Dark
legends.
Lord.
And the
yeah.
knights.
Yeah.
Yep.
3 rings. And I can still hear her telling the story about it, but
I watched the trailer of it. I'm okay with it. I have to kind of like wait and see, but knowing that it's going through Amazon and it's a series, I already feel like I'm already checked out, and that's what hurts about it.
Really? All the Amazon
Yeah.
series have been fantastic.
Boys have hit it out the park, okay?
Have you watched
and then they had
Terminal?
a few.
Terminal List? Oh my god,
Yeah,
amazing.
I know you keep telling me to do this. Jesus, okay, I will.
Oh,
Fine.
yeah.
Still,
It's
but
Chris
still, I
Pratt.
feel like also another thing that I'm seeing is a new trend of prequels
Which
turning into series.
by the way, I just found this out the other day. I didn't know this. For I think it was $17.8 billion, Amazon purchased Universal Studios last year. I had no idea.
Shut up! I
I
didn't
had
have
no
no
idea. Nobody knew about it. Yep, it happened.
Jesus.
Yeah, it happened last year. That's why they're pumping out all these shows and TVs lately.
Because
So,
they got backed by Universal's.
Yep. So they've
production
got
teams.
I believe it was Universal.
No wonder with
let-
Chris. Now it makes sense.
Well,
makes sense with Chris Pratt.
let me just verify that while you guys are still talking. I'll just make sure. But
Yeah.
Still, like I don't
They
know.
bought MGM.
Yeah.
Oh.
MGM, not Universal.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
still,
MGM.
Sorry,
Still-
not Universal.
still
Sorry.
massive production house.
but still,
Yeah.
that's huge. It was an $8.5
MGM
billion
is a
deal.
historical
Yeah.
figure as well in the film industry, I suppose,
Yeah.
if you want to dabble in that end.
$8.5 billion deal last year, and
I'm
it was
hoping to
barely
be
talked about.
wrong. I'm okay to be wrong. I hope I don't.
I'm
check
telling you,
out,
every
but
show
it
that
felt
I've
like
watched,
it did.
every single show that I've watched, all the new ones that have come out on Amazon over the last year, Rockstar, grade A, 10 out of 10.
We're gonna have to go out for more hiking and walks. That's what we're doing. Get off the TV,
Jesus.
breathe the fresh air, stop smelling your farts.
No.
Stop. We'll see what happens.
My
We'll
farts
see.
are fine.
So, going back in time a little bit, one of my favorite movies as a kid it was a Christmas film technically, but it was also kind of a horror film, and it was called Gremlins. So Gremlins had a couple different. There was Gremlins and Gremlins 2. It was great. The original actor, Zach Galligan, is
Yes.
actually going to be returning to the new animated series called The Secrets of Mogwai.
Mogwai.
But
yes.
Mandel isn't coming back as Gizmo, so that's exciting.
Yeah.
But that was not expecting that, but I'm really glad. He was a one-hit wonder. He came in, did the Gremlins movies, and then disappeared, and no one saw him.
Yeah,
again.
nobody's seen him
Took
since.
his royalties and hid in the cabin.
Yep, and just dipped.
Just the life we all want to leave.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
time.
It's going to be interesting to see like how that pans out because there's the whole controversy right now too about basically Baby Yoda or Grogu was copied off of the Mogwais. And there's a whole thing like the animatronics team, the original animatronics team that made the Mogwais ended up teaming up with Lucas Arts, and that's how Baby Yoda was created. And so the main director of Gremlins is super pissed about it. Like he's been very vocal about it on social media, and he has been like, "Hey, like that is Gizmo, but you took the whole concept because the whole concept of hey, don't feed him after dark, like the mischievous little runt following around, like that was Mogwai's, like that
Cutesy.
yeah, the
Okay,
cutesy,
well,
not the
that's what-
gremlin side of it, but the cutesy. But yeah, I mean, unless he goes to the dark side, then he'll become a gremlin, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't fucking
We'll have
know.
to see. Once put water
Yeah.
on them. Anyway,
Yeah. Anyway, so
Yeah.
sorry,
All
I was
right.
like reading something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just say, so that's gonna be interesting. Not necessarily as interesting or cute or adorable as the new I Am Groot series that's coming out.
oh my god, it's super cheesy. Of course, it's tailored to
Yeah,
the
it's-
children, but I also see them printing off lots of money from toys,
Yeah.
bleeding us around Christmas for sure.
Yeah.
It is an animated short series with an official release date of August 10th. So
It's right around the
something
corner.
something to look forward to. And then the toy line, you're right, probably gonna hit right at
Are
Thanksgiving.
we gonna
Christmas.
go with that Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special? Remember?
Yeah, that's at the end of the year,
Yep.
which actually should
Yep.
be pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, it's probably gonna be
Evan,
pretty
you're
good.
just out there just doing this. Oh
But-
my god.
I don't know, man. I love the Guardians of the Galaxy. I loved them before anybody even knew who they were. You know, I always liked Groot and
All
Rocket.
right, we get it. You're first, okay? calm down.
But no, I'm just saying in general. No, I've always liked the Guardians of the Galaxy, and even like the expanded universe, which I think we're gonna definitely dive into after Volume 3. But even that, like, you can definitely
True.
tell that Disney is pumping out definitely more rounded content. And one of the things too,
I hope it's just quality content because I'm seeing a lot of pattern with their series lately, and I'm getting fairly annoyed with it. But
which
someone
ones
has
are you referring to?
ADD.
Yep.
Okay, so all of them, just a pattern of how they do their cycle of the series of the story that's being told. You know, discovering oneself, then a little bit of mischievous conflict, then a dull pause period of finding oneself, then the cliffhanger, then the hopeful resolution with a further cliffhanger with you hoping to stay there for the next 2 years. Like, I'm just seeing it so much.
It is a
And
is a
it kills me.
wash
I mean,
You know,
ready.
that's to be honest
they're
though,
killing
that's
me with so
everything,
many
though.
leaks as well. Every time they release a series, they're like, next time, blah blah blah. I'm like, don't
Don't give me a
do
next
that.
time. Don't give me a next time. Yep.
Don't do that. Don't do that. This is how you keep me interested. I'm starting to get to
Well,
the
I
end.
mean, Marvel's built on a process of, hey, here's the next 7 years. So that's kind
Well,
of
they do have a fantastic catalog to really help them
Yeah.
along.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
I mean, obviously Kevin Feige is amazing at keeping things on track, but
Kevin
even
Feige.
outside of that realm for Disney Plus, and I know this was announced, and I don't know if it's in our list of things to talk about, but it was announced 21 hours ago, but it was part of San Diego Comic-Con. The Aragon TV series is coming to Disney Plus, which if you guys
God,
didn't read
yeah.
the books, it was all about dragons. And they had the movie. They
Of
had
course,
the
you're
movie.
bringing this up,
But of course I'm bringing it.
guys. We need to talk about dragons.
Yeah. But
That's what the D stands for.
Yeah.
In this whole podcast, by the
You
way,
didn't know.
pardon
It's
the
not
dragons.
distraction. Yeah, pardon the dragons.
Right.
But the last movie sucked, and it was not good, and it was a little choppy and weird and crappy, and the story was not close to the books at all, and a lot of people are
Yeah.
upset about it. But I think it being a TV series, they'll be able to flesh it out and actually be able to dive into the books and keep that going for many years to come. So I'm all for it. I hope it turns out good.
I'm good with it. As long as you get your dragons, that's all that matters to me.
I mean, the dragons are a little weird in Aragon anyway, because they got like feathered wings, and the dragons look, but it's dragons, so I don't care. I'm there. So yes. So that I just wanted to drop that little nugget in there, because that's another thing that they're kind of, again, rounding out the content. They're giving, okay, here's MCU, Star Wars, and then there's like
We
these
are
little
well
trickles.
fed.
Yeah,
I'm not complaining, Kevin. Please.
Yeah, there's
call me.
there's
I'm ready
Right.
to be Shamrock.
yeah.
I'm ready to be Siren. I'm ready to be either. You call me when champions roll around. I'm good for that.
Look, I'm too tall to be
Sorry.
Wolverine, so
Well,
I
speaking of
have the
Wolverine,
accent, the red hair. I already
There you
have
go.
it made. Right, moving on.
Speaking of Wolverine, X-Men 97 is going to be premiering on Disney Plus in the fall of 23. It is kind of a return to the original comics in its styling, but it is going to be, it's going to pick up right where X-Men the animated series left off.
yeah.
Yes.
Which I'm very excited
what-
about, because it
Which
left.
I remember
it-
they were in the future as well, right?
Yep,
When they left
yep,
off.
Yep. Xavier was walking again.
Yes, and we were dealing with the God, his name escapes me. in Deadpool, what's his face from the future that goes hunting Fire Fist? Cable. He's in it as well.
Yep.
Anyway, we're not gonna do spoilers, but yeah.
Right, yeah.
I if you haven't watched it, you need to go ahead.
Look, if you haven't watched
and if
the
you haven't read the
X-Men
comics,
series, and it's been out for 27 years, if you haven't watched
and you
it, go
you
get
say you're
fucking
part of
good.
this Marvel
I'm sorry.
family. You
Yeah.
part of this Marvel family.
Look, half the people in our audience probably weren't even born yet. So you know what? Go watch it. That's all I'm gonna say.
Go watch it.
Fantastic.
Go watch it.
Saturday morning
Fight me.
cartoons, baby. Let's go.
And I'll see you at the swings at 3:00.
Yeah.
And just to touch on one thing real quick, Tales of the Walking Dead got its first full trailer at San Diego Comic-Con. And as much as I want to, I'm just gonna leave that one there because I ended up I stopped watching the show. I need to catch up. I just can't.
Where did you stop?
I stopped at the part where our lad was getting his head bashed in with a bat.
Bingo. Yep.
With Negan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's when
I
it
think
started getting good.
Everybody that we need to get you checked. But literally that's where it like dropped for me. Like the heart of the show just went into a whole real deep level and I was like, I'm out.
That actor was he was so crucial and his character was so amazing. I get why they did it for an emotional draw, but at the same time,
He killed off the character.
It was heartbreaking. It was heartbreaking, and it was this non-stop trail of tears in that sense of every time they get someplace and get something functioning, then some other asshole comes along, and I get that's the premise of the show because it's nightmares.
That's how you. Yeah.
But it gets draining on your soul, and
it's very like because you're invested in these characters. Like I was invested in the fact that lad was gonna have a family and shit. Like I was invested as well. Like I say,
such a cute couple too.
Look, I'm going to tell you guys right now, you guys are watching the shows. I read all the graphic novels, and I'm going to tell you. I have it right there
in the fucking shelf, bitch.
Well, I'm just saying, that's what Walking Dead is. It's nothing but death and destruction and nothing happy.
I get it. I get it, but there's got to be some kind of arc of optimism there to keep me in a little bit.
No, it's the end of the fucking world. Everybody dies.
Right.
The end of it, everybody dies. Sorry, spoiler.
Oh my God.
Me slowly.
No,
that's what I want
this
you to
isn't
do.
fucking the Titanic.
Bring me up and then slowly push me down.
I'm not gonna paint somebody nude on a couch. We're fucking killing everybody. Blow up everybody. Dismember everybody.
We're gonna get you checked, buddy.
Look.
We got
chains to the neck. Michonne chopping heads off. Killing her own brothers.
I'm gonna call Nay. Where's my phone?
Nay,
you want to go ahead and stop this?
Switching on to a prettier topic. Marvel revealed the real life Infinity Stone collection. It is 150 carats totaling over $25 million.
I need a picture of this. Look at me. Oh, there it is. Oh my God, there's the picture of that.
Yeah.
Look at the
I'm not
emerald.
gonna lie. If I was fucking stupid rich, if I was stupid rich.
Oh, no. You would have already had the glove ready for this thing. Like I already know.
Well,
and
it
a
comes with
dragon
the glove.
holding it.
It comes with the glove, and it's 24 karat. And I guess
the glove is?
The glove is, yeah, it's 24 karat, and that's why it's so, well, the gems are expensive, obviously, but...
Let me just say to everyone how much it is all together.
Yeah, $25 million.
$25 million motherfucking dollars.
Yeah, it's
the
fine.
The three of us combined for our entire lifetime earnings would not equal $25 million.
You don't say that.
I can make that money. You don't say that. How dare you?
I'm worth 150 million. You don't say that. You don't fucking dive out of here. Fuck this.
Tink's just like, nope, fucking, I'm gone.
I just threw my mic into my monitor.
There you go.
I am worth more than that, sir. Look, when we're all rich millionaires, I'll buy you all an Infinity Gauntlet, okay?
I want two.
Okay.
So I can do the Irish hand cuts.
No, because then you got to wait for the Iron Man version. So then that way you have the Thanos and the Iron Man.
No.
Yes.
I want two.
Because one's left-handed and one's right-handed. You can't have two left-handed gloves.
Look, if I was minted like Elon Musk with 9 kids, right?
Jesus.
His kids are made of 24 karat gold.
His kids are made of Infinity Stones.
They're androids. We don't like all his family are androids. He's an alien.
They're all visions.
Yeah.
They're all visions. There's
we probably shouldn't talk bad about him though, because otherwise our podcast is gonna fail.
There we go.
Or he can get me the gauntlet and I'll just stop talking.
Yeah, true.
There you go. So
I want a golden condom.
Jesus Christ.
Worth $25 million.
Here, all right.
You know, like since you're asking for stuff, I'd like I'd like a golden brown.
Speak,
The fried eggs might not hold up very well, but my God, it'd look great.
Yep, your tits would shine in the sun. Speaking of things that shine in the sun, the overwhelming anger that I felt after the complete shit show that was the last Airbender movie.
Oh God,
It was
stop.
fucking awful. Well, guess what? Avatar Studios has
But wait, there's
announced
more.
that they are doing the next one, and it is the first Avatar. The last Airbender film will focus on the original series hero Aang.
Aang. Yep.
Mm.
Yep.
So, and
Who's
I'll
the
say what,
actor? They
if
already picked the actor, right? Didn't they?
I
Or
don't
no?
know, but they picked the same kind of director. They're gonna fuck it up.
I don't think.
Jesus.
I honestly
Fuck them.
look, dude. Look,
It's like,
I
it's
love
like
the
M. Night
Airbender.
Shyamalan level stupid.
Yeah.
Oh my
yeah,
God, I
yeah,
can't
mean,
even.
look. As long as you don't end up on a beach and die over and over again and get pregnant
Yeah.
in 4 seconds.
There you go.
Oh God, stop.
I hate that-
no,
I hate that
okay,
fucking
okay.
movie.
Why are we going Airbender in this direction? It seems like we're going.
Look.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, what? Look, Airbender was an amazing anime when we were growing up, and I loved it, and I thought it was really good, and I think if they get the right people behind it, but here's the problem, right? So obviously there's a lot of remakes. We all know that. All of
Yeah.
our youth is getting remade, and some of it is for the better, and some of it is for the worst. And
I didn't even know there was a Chucky series. Like,
What? What do you mean
yeah,
series?
just soak that in for a second.
Television
Chucky.
series?
Look at me, and I say this to you again. I have a theory that there's a lot of prequels and old shit getting pulled out of the fucking nowhere, and then slap series put all over it.
God damn
I'm
it.
just not ready for it right now.
All right.
This is why we can't
So
have
I'm gonna
nice
give you a
things.
prime example.
Jesus.
Because I'm a big anime buff too. But
Nobody
like
holds me.
Death Note, they had that
Yeah.
movie with William Dafoe come out, and it was fucking garbage. It was so bad. And having William Dafoe attached to a project like that, granted, he's an amazing actor, and he was a
Oh,
great.
he was still great. He was still
Yeah.
great in that, but overall,
yeah,
it was
but
like,
I'm just saying the story made
Yeah.
no sense whatsoever. The main characters from the actual anime weren't even in it. They didn't even name the main character the proper name, and it didn't flow, you know. But there's hope
didn't have
because
same
the Duffer brothers.
suspense and the crime investigation.
Well, yeah, well, and
everything-
the murder was just not right either. It was weird.
just-
It was, but
Anyway.
but anyway, so like, there's hope for like these type of shows because like Stranger Things, we all love Stranger Things, right? The Duffer brothers.
I don't watch
they're
that
making
at all.
they're making a TV series out of Death Note. Them.
Oh, God.
So that is right up their fucking alley. Like, if you honestly think about it, demons and like
This is the reason why we don't have a Fantastic Four right now.
because
It's not a
needed this
decent
break.
because of Jessica Alba.
We don't. No, not at all. I rewatched the second one
Dude, it's so
recently,
bad.
and I was like, "This is so in its time. It's great."
Ugh.
And I loved it. I actually
bad.
did, like, if you take all the bullshit out of it and you look at the storyline, how Galactus and Silver Surfer, I was like, I think they did a pretty okay
It
job
didn't
with
have
that.
Galactus. It had a fucking tornado that sucked up worlds.
No, if rewatch
wasn't
it, you'll see
Galactus.
you will see the shadows of it. I'm just
No,
saying,
yeah,
just
that's
I-
like
I'm
that's
gonna
like
say, you
shitting
know
in the
what?
toilet
I'll
and
meet you
saying
on the
it's
swings.
gold.
I will meet you at the swings.
Meet me in the back alley, Tink. That wasn't
right.
Galactus.
So,
Why do I mention Freddy Krueger? Anyway, moving on.
okay, moving on. So a couple different Marvel things came through. One, or maybe it's DC, I don't remember. One of them is Shazam: Fury of the Gods.
DC.
Finally got its official
DC.
trailer. That is
Yep.
a great DC, and honestly, I think that
It
series
was a
is
great
wonderful.
movie.
It
That was
and I-
actually one of the best DC
was a-
movies.
yeah.
It was a very unexpected movie because I was thinking the trailer looked at Mickey Mouse and like fair enough that it was great in the DC comic world and all that, and I was still kind of like oh. But when I watched it the first time, because I was like, oh fucking, I'll watch it, I was so blown away. Like I did not give it the time of day initially, and it was just fantastic. So I'm actually really looking forward to this now.
But
Yeah,
hey,
ditto.
hey, you know what though? Here's another reason why DC doesn't make any sense though. You ready for this?
Stop it.
Because they killed off Ares in Wonder Woman, right? And Ares is the god of war. God of war, Ares, is actually one of the powers that Shazam actually obtains, but yet he has it in the movie, but Ares is dead.
Well, maybe he's dead and the power is just floating. out there in the
I'm
ether.
just saying it's so convoluted.
It's continuity is the problem.
Yeah,
I feel.
But I won't get into that. I digress. But I will say though, Shazam, out of all the movies in the DC universe, all of them, I think that was the best out of all of them. I hated Wonder Woman. I hated what they did with her. I love Gal Gadot, but I hated Wonder Woman. I fucking could not stand, especially the second one. The second one was terrible. The second one was horrible. The first one was even worse to me. You know why? Because they did. Here's the reason why. Because it wasn't Wonder Woman. It was not Wonder Woman. It was not. She was literally like, she is one of the most powerful women in all comic books.
She was coming into her own.
No, she was never coming into her own. That's when she was a kid. She was a badass from the time she was 13, and they made her a basic back bitch. I mean, they literally made her like, oh, I'm in love. Like, fuck that, dude. She's a lesbian in the fucking.
Hold on, Drake. Hold on.
Pull back, right?
No.
The girl that doesn't know the ways of the world, she's stuck on an island. Some fella shows up, she's never really seen a fella, right? She just knows all of these own
They made it a love story. It's not a fucking love story.
She needed a way out the fucking island like the rest of us, right? Why do you think I'm in the Netherlands, right?
Right.
So,
Follow the comics. Problem solved.
Well, there you go. But like at the end of the day, they needed something to drag her out to discover herself.
I know what they did, but it just didn't make sense.
Give her a second. That's why I didn't like 84, because it was more like her spawning around like a lost fucking feather. Like it's
that's what I'm saying. It was a lead up. They made Wonder Woman
diminished
weak.
her.
They made her weak, and she's not a weak. She could whoop fucking Superman's ass.
Except for the Justice League part where she goes landing, or was even like landing into her shoes.
Dude, every fucking time, every single time Wonder Woman comes on screen, her fucking theme song would come on. And that's a DC thing, and I fucking hate that. Like, I get it's a comic book movie, but we don't need their theme song to play every time they show up on fucking screen,
just
dude.
to remind you.
Yeah, or it's all the slow-mo shit, dude. Thank God Snyder's gone.
Tell that to Star Wars, who plays the same piece every time Darth Vader walks in.
Yeah, but that's demonic, though.
I could be worse. Marvel constantly doing it anytime, but just kind of just making it slow down, or little hints of it in between.
Yeah.
But I notice it every time. I'm like, oh, that's the theme for whatever.
They don't have theme songs except the Avengers theme. That's it.
No, they have theme songs.
No, they don't.
There is.
Yeah,
there is.
I will break this bottle in half.
That is a whole different show. Right now, the one thing that we have to agree on is the fact that
Shazam.
Shazam was awesome, but also one of the most anticipated trailers of the year came out, and that is the Black Adam official trailer with The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. And
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I honestly think it's going to be great. And I'm excited.
DC and Warner Brothers need a hero, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, and The Rock. Disney's doing great with him.
And he's such a nerd. It's great. It's perfect.
Yeah. Him and Henry Cavill are both of them.
Yeah. He showed up in the full Black Adam costume.
Right?
As well,
he had the animation behind him
with
the lightning and everying.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, though, is Black Adam isn't really a hero. He's
an anti-hero.
He's not even really like the term anti-hero came around right around Deadpool. Deadpool started that whole fucking thing, because realistically, anti-heroes were kind of always kind of like it was like either you were good or bad, right? And they tried to make that mixed bag they tried to make anti-heroes vigilantes, basically. Vigilante has been around forever, but they always tried to they tried to convert vigilante into anti-hero. I personally, this is the way I look at it, and this is DC or Marvel, right? When it comes down to it, when you're watching movies, if somebody kills somebody, they're a villain. I'm sorry. That's it. Once you kill somebody, once you cross that line, you are a villain. You cannot be a good guy and redeem yourself after you've murdered somebody.
Only if you're truly out to hurt people. There's that kind of nature. If you're truly out, well, then again, we could always apply the logic with the whole
Batman
Loki
he always
thing.
was going out to hurt people.
The thing is,
he loved hurting his villains.
People who are good are not really good, you know, and people who are bad are.
I mean, nobody's
bad,
that.
so
yeah. I mean,
people just want to slap. They just slap a label onto it just to identify whatever, right? But at the end of the day, we're seeing a guy who isn't traditionally.
I think he's going to be a figurehead for DC, though.
Hero.
I think The Rock was the perfect character for WB to pull their heads out of their ass a little bit, and go. Yeah. Here is an amazing actor, which I still to this day I can't believe I'm even saying that, because I remember the Scorpion King. But
Oh my God, it was so
because
bad.
that was his first movie ever, and you watch that to where he's at now,
And the eyebrow.
and it's the eyebrow lifts and all that. It's just, you know, like
I need to
he's
rewatch
actually
the movie.
become into his own, and I think he's become more well-rounded. And to be honest with you, he was the perfect casting. It was the best casting that they have done in DC for a character, in my opinion. I think honestly he is the best casting for that, because he's got that attitude and that swagger to be able to come in and be like,
Harry.
I don't give a fuck about anybody. I'm here for me. Fuck off. Like, and that's
I'm still
perfect for
loving
that
the
character.
part of the trailer with the two fucking planes. He's flying along and he just
He
goes,
just fucking bitch slaps it,
he
knocks
just
it out of there.
bops the shit out of that
None of
wing.
that
And I was
yawning,
like,
DJ.
nope.
All right. Sorry, it's cold down here, and you guys have been talking forever.
You're yawning, and it's nearly
DJ.
7 o'clock in the
All
morning.
right, so
I
DJ,
know.
why are you most excited for Black Adam?
Just
He's bored with it, clearly.
for Dwayne. Johnson's amazing, and I remember the Black Adam had a show for a hot second, but
See, I didn't pay attention to that.
it
I
never took
saw it.
off. It never took off, and it was just kind of like, and I didn't even get to the first episode. It was that bad. But I think that they're gonna this is going to revitalize that entire franchise, and it's going to be awesome.
I mean, he was awesome. Like, Black Adam was a cool character in Injustice too. Yeah.
So, speaking of things that are fixing previous attempts, one of the most uncelebrated episodes in a TV show ever was the final series finale
Puke.
of Game of Thrones.
There it is.
And now we've got from author George R.R. Martin, House of Dragons, the House of the Dragons.
House of the Dragons, let me just white tip this out.
Can we all agree that was the worst finale in existence?
Can you please?
No, I was
please.
so frustrated. It had such a great lead up, and then that was the ending, and I thought, are you fucking kidding me? But
They just wiped everyone out.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh, that's great. And everyone's like, back to the North with you. And I was like, oh, that's great.
Yep.
So what
So
am I left with?
Well, we're getting two shows out of it. So
yeah.
look, let's.
I am gonna definitely watch it. I'm excited to see it, but the Targaryens. This is back at before the.
What did I say?
Game of
Today's
Thrones
special word? Prequel.
Dragons.
Yep.
That's
Say.
that was the first word you said. Actually, it was dragons, and there's
There's
17
dragons.
of them. 17 of them in this
Yeah.
series, and
Yep.
I'm super excited about it. And I know
That's how
every
you
single
take
one
his
of them.
money.
I know all
That's
of
how
their
you take his
names,
money.
and I'm super
I know all
excited.
of their
I
names.
do.
It's
I do.
like
I know
five.
every fucking one of their names. But here's the crazy thing though. We got Doctor Who as the main villain / main
Yeah.
Targaryen, which is cool.
It was
We
kind
got
of weird
Matt.
seeing him.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
and with white hair, that's weird.
Yeah.
It's really weird, but it'll
I
take
don't know
some
what it
getting
is
used
with
to.
Doctor Who actors, but they seem to carry really good both sides of a character
Yep.
in anything that they're doing.
Yeah.
Like they can go for that really mean.
I mean, he was the only saving grace in Morbius.
I still haven't even seen that movie. I
Dude,
just
it's
don't.
so that
Oh my
hands
God.
down is the worst movie in existence. I
Like
hate it.
Sharknado bad?
No, you need to just. I want you to watch it, and I want you to send me one sentence once you watch it.
Yeah, just
that
watch
I can
it.
sit there,
Alright.
that I could just laugh at, even to the point
Perfect.
where like I get confused to call you to see if you're
I
dead.
actually
like, I
want
don't
you to
mind.
watch it. Yeah, watch it
Alright,
because it's on. I don't even
Watch
know.
it, and I want you to send a creative one sentence, not copy and paste, one individual to me and one
Put
straight,
it in
and then
the
we'll
Pardon
compare the
D-
two.
in the
And
Pardon
then
the D channel, and tag me and Tink in it after you watch it because
Alright.
I want to know your opinion of that movie. Hands
really
And
do.
I'll
down,
make a
dude.
TikTok about it. I'll make a
We
TikTok
will.
about it. All right.
I will hold back my feelings.
Yeah,
right now.
I'm trying everything in my being not to just rather put a stake.
It feels
through your
like I
heart.
need to like put
Yeah.
my finger in my belly button and start picking it out. That's how bad it is. I just want to just.
I would rather
Like, sorry,
eat the
that's-
fuzz out of my belly button than ever watch that.
taste
Okay.
like strawberries.
So in the vein of lots of prequels is our theme, the postquel or aftermath series.
Old school.
Postcol.
So one
I
of the
like
most,
it.
yeah,
Prequel
one of
and
the
postquel.
most successful and celebrated installations in the Star Trek universe was Star Trek: The Next Generation. Star Trek Picard picks up in the I would say geriatric stage of their careers, and
They see him
seasons
in a
1 and
nursing
2
home.
Yeah, seasons 1 and 2 were, in my opinion, were great. I'm also a Trekkie, so there you go. Season 3 is going to be, it is the final season, and because of that, they've already brought back a couple characters. You had Will Riker, you had Marina Sirtis's Deanna Troi coming in this final season. Well, in Data, but Data's dead. The final season is going to include Geordi LaForge, Worf, Dr. Beverly Crusher, Deanna Troy's back, Riker's back. We know that Will Wheaton's character, Wesley Crusher, is now part of the Time Lord whatevers.
Time Lord, banded peoples, yeah.
Right. So like the show is definitely they're
It's gonna, I'm telling you
completion.
now, it's gonna be like, we're gonna introduce the prequel, and it's gonna be Stranger Worlds, and then continuity is restored. I put money on it, I'm telling you now.
Strange New Worlds is amazing, by the way.
Yeah,
I watched all the old
amazing.
movies. Does that count? And the new movies. That's all I've watched. I haven't watched the Picard series.
I like my track.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
much. So,
see, you know what? There's actually a discussion about that, DJ. That and there's who was it? God damn it! The guy who was in Shaun of the Dead. What's his name? I can't think of his name.
Oh, Simon
Yeah,
Pegg.
Simon Pegg.
So he actually just did an interview the other day, and he was talking about how Star Wars and Star Trek fans, the difference. And he goes, if I could be honest, and he goes, I'm probably going to get murdered online for saying this, but he goes, I love Star Wars. He goes, I love Star Wars, I love Star Trek, but obviously, like, I grew up with Star Trek. And he goes, I'm going to tell you right now. He goes, Star Trek fans are so much nicer and so beloved and good to each other compared to Star Wars fans because they're so hostile. But honestly, I don't know because I don't really get involved that much in the nerd side of Star Wars or Star Trek. Yeah, I really don't.
Yeah.
I've never really.
No.
I've always kind of just enjoyed the movies and just said, all right, cool.
Because
whatever.
you've been too busy having an opinion about everything Marvel and DC.
No.
Yes.
No, because I grew up with all of them. I grew up with all of them.
I know.
But
I am whoring from one genre to another like a pro.
Yeah.
Right? There you
Keep
go.
up, bitches.
Speaking of things that need to be caught up with, in Spider-Man 2, no, there's 3, the third Spider-Man, Sam Raimi's third Spider-Man, way back in the day, we were introduced to a character known as the Sandman. Sandman's now got a trailer that, frankly, looks like they shoved everything into Unreal Engine 4 and made a trailer. I don't know why it looks like this. I'm assuming it's first pass and it's not.
I thought it was done by DC. Hold on.
Yeah.
No.
My reading is wrong.
It's not Marvel related at all.
No, it's not.
Or
This
DC.
This is just a Sandman. It's a standalone here, but
it's basically the Sandman is a villain, and he is the king of sleep. Basically, they made their own
I'm
story.
on sleeping, lad. Jesus, I was like, what are they doing?
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, not an actual. It has nothing to do with comic book. Well, I mean, it might have a comic book, but I don't know anything about it. But I will tell you,
I would
the
always
first trailer
assume
looked
that
good.
it is.
Fairy tale.
I would say
Whatever you say.
it's like a cracked out Once Upon a Time type, like
Yeah, looking at the trailer, yeah, I can see where you're going.
like they could they twisted the characters of like mythology almost in a sense of like Sandman and like, you know, the boogeyman type thing, and they kind of converted that into they're actually like really high end. They're in control of these different
High-end
realms.
gods,
They're kind of gods. Yeah.
And, and the name they came up with is the Sandman, and all I can think of is Sam Raimi's the Spider-Man,
Well,
where
you
the
need to get
Sandman
that
was played
out
by
of
the
your
guy
head. It's not
from Wings.
It's not
it was
that.
the guy from Wings playing that, and I was like,
because when you said that, I was like, no.
I know. Well, he came back in the
It's a horror. It's a horror show.
Most recent
it's a
tournament,
horror action.
And
I'm excited for it, but it does. There's some definite.
When does that come out? Does it have a release date?
That it does not have a release date.
I think it's next
time.
month.
Yeah, at least not that I'm aware of, but I could look it up. No, it's on. I'm sorry, it's on Netflix. It should be
on Netflix.
On Netflix, and it is a movie or a show.
It's a show.
It is a movie. It's a show.
It's a show.
Cool, awesome. Let's see.
There's so much to dissect from San Diego. There's so much.
And here's one that blew me away that I was not expecting, and I people have to go see the trailer. But when it comes to vampires and werewolves and things of that nature, I loved True Blood, but the very first real one that I got to see was what got me interested was Interview with a Vampire. Yeah. Well, Interview with a Vampire is getting a remake, and honestly, I was not when I heard that that was happening, I was like, you got to be fucking kidding me. Why would you break a classic? Except for they are updating it to modern, and it is, the trailer alone is exquisite.
I haven't actually watched the
Absolutely
trailer, but I
exquisite.
am excited about it.
I'm so excited for it.
So
I mean, it's going to be a hard shoe to fill. I mean, Tom Cruise and freaking Brad Pitt.
They shoved so much in the movie. They shoved so much into one film, whereas this time they get to explore the actual cadence of the books.
You know what would be crazy though if they did? Because I mean, realistically, vampires never die. They're old as shit. They could bring back some of the
Tom
original
Cruise
characters. They could bring back
as a
Tom Cruise
stat?
and Brad
Oh God,
Pitt.
if they could, that'd be fucking incredible.
And even Kristen Dunst. You know, they could even bring
no,
her
no,
back
no.
for
And
like
at
a
the end of
cameo.
it, you could bring back Christian Slater. He was the one who was getting.
Yep, he was the one getting the
car
interview. Yeah.
At the end.
Isn't he dead?
And now he's
No,
he
he's
got
still
turned.
alive. He goes, "I will tell you a tale." That's like Tom Cruise
I
feasting
thought
up at the
Christian
end
Slater
of it.
died. He's still alive.
No, he's still alive in it. He was feasting on him in the car.
Jesus
He's like,
Christ.
"I'll
Yeah.
tell you a tale."
Sorry, Christian Slater. Ugh.
Yeah.
Chris Taylor, we love you, Chris.
Yeah. No, that's
Alright.
cool though. Like Interview with the
put
Vampire
the,
was such a good movie. Like it was
I
such
banged
an
the link
amazing
into
movie.
the Discord, so have a look at the Discord. I banged the link in so you can watch
Between
the trailer.
that and Lost Boys, those are probably the most known.
Lost Boys.
Lost
Yeah.
Boys. Those are probably the two most known vampire. And Bram Stoker's Dracula was really good too.
Oh,
But-
God, that was
but
incredible, yeah.
Keanu Reeves, terrible
but-
English accent.
right?
Yep.
But like even that, like there actually was one other show that was just announced. It's actually coming to Netflix, and it's got Jamie Foxx, and it's actually a show about him as a vampire hunter. It's got Snoop Dogg and like it's got a bunch of it actually, I know it sounds crazy, but it's
Why does it sound like what was the name of the Eddie movie
God damn it,
version?
what the fuck was it's
Vampire in Brooklyn.
yeah,
That's it.
Oh
yeah.
my God, yeah.
Here, let me
I
find the
remember
name
that.
while you
That
guys
was
are continuing.
that was hilarious. That was classic and hilarious of a movie.
Jamie Foxx vampire movie. Vampire show.
Blade. No, that doesn't
yeah.
count. No.
It's called Day Shift on Netflix.
Day Shift.
And it's actually coming out, and it's Vampire Killing Dad. That's
There we go.
that's the premise. But
Yeah,
it's got
and
Snoop Dogg and
the
Jamie
trailer's
Foxx.
hilarious.
And the trailer does look really funny. So yeah, that's coming out too. Yeah.
Look forward to that then. That's good. I like a good vampire flick too.
Yep.
Actually, there was
Speaking- I was gonna say, speaking of that,
Netflix had another series of an old old Dracula one, and it talked about
Oh, I love that one.
I can't remember the name, but I think
Yeah.
it was called Dracula. But it was a good remake of it.
Yeah, it was
and It was
Dracula.
a series.
It
If
was
you
just
haven't seen
Dracula.
it,
Yep.
it was just Dracula. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
it was good.
Stop
It was
yawning.
really good.
You need to stop yawning when I'm talking, DJ.
I'm a passionate
I'm sorry.
person.
Have a coffee for God's sake.
No,
I have
Jesus.
coffee.
I don't
But
need
we
coffee.
should-
If I drink coffee, I'd be
All right.
even worse. Go ahead,
No,
I
DJ.
know
Okay.
that's we should ADHD. We should.
Here's the thing. So in the process of this, let's talk about the other vampire in the room, and that is Blade.
Oh.
Blade.
Blade is coming back. It's going to be interesting to see how they handle that, how they manage that. But I have a lot more faith in Blade than I do in whatever the fuck is coming with SheHulk.
As long as it doesn't
Oh,
redo
dude, I'm so
the
excited for
techno
She-Hulk.
tunes.
Oh my god. Oh.
Techno tunes I can't do if they're gonna start throwing that into Blade.
No, I think this is actually going to be more of a legitimate Blade comic book related Blade. I don't think it's
Very
gonna be,
on.
I think it's going to be
tone.
about him building up the agency and actually hunting down supernatural beings, aliens.
Get himself another weight.
It's not
Like a
just going to
third
be about
fight.
vampires. It's going to be about him basically building up. And we also have Kit Harington, who is now going to be
Yes.
Black Knight. And at the end of the Eternals, Blade talks to him and says, "Come with me." And then
Are
basically,
you sure about that?
yeah, exactly. Are you sure about that? And then, so we know that they're going to team up. So that he's definitely Kit Harington is going to make an appearance in that as well. So we're going to have both of them.
Mio agrees. Scott agrees. Sorry.
And
We got 11 minutes.
and I think that no, we don't. We have
We've gotta
30
do an
minutes.
hour.
We have 30
We're not-
minutes. I'm recording. I'm looking at the record time.
Oh my God. All right.
What do you mean? What do you mean, sir? Don't you try to cut off Marvel stuff. We haven't even got to Marvel yet. Blade is just a start.
We've only just
No, but Blade is good though.
Yeah.
But yeah, Blade is gonna be awesome. I think that's gonna be awesome. But yeah, Phase 5 and 6 were all announced, and wow.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the lineup for Phase 5 is going to be tremendous.
So
and they're calling this the Multiverse Saga, which I like. So what the hell they're going to call Phase 4? Is that part of the Multiverse Saga?
No,
then? Yeah,
the Phase 4 is done after Wakanda Forever, which was a very emotional trailer. Very, very emotional trailer.
Yep.
And all the actors talking about it at Sandy, all teary.
Oh god, I couldn't.
Dude,
it
was hard to watch. Like, it was very hard to watch. And you know, a lot of things are popping up on TikTok right now about how, you know, they did an interview with Chadwick, and they were asking him about Black Panther 2, and they were like, what do you think about you doing Black Panther 2? What is your character going to be? And he's like, dead. I'm going to be dead. And it was so out of character for him to say something like that. And he already knew, you know, he knew that he was going to be passing away by then. And it's crazy, the fact that he was so to character and did it, and his passion and his love for him and his family, that he didn't want anybody to pity him. Like, honestly, like, I could ask the same for anyone, like, especially me, because I'm a stubborn fuck too. But like, that's how I want to go out. Like, I don't want people to know I'm sick. You know, I just want to live my life and enjoy it and go out on my own terms. And he did that. And that now, and I say this all the time, I hated the Black Panther movie, but I liked him. I liked him as Black Panther.
Yeah, I thought it was great.
I hated it because it became a racial movie. That's why I hated it. But but I did like him as Black Panther. He was the best Black Panther, I think, so far.
Especially seeing him in like Civil War and stuff like that. That was cool.
Yeah.
As he got into.
No, he was amazing. He was definitely amazing.
Great there.
And I think that, like, with somebody like Chadwick, like, he left like this lasting impression, like Iron Man. You know, like Robert Downey Jr. The death scene, like that lasting impression that's affected like 10 movies after it. You know.
Well,
and even
we know that he's immortalized for a bit now. God knows when they're going to reboot that.
Yeah.
Jesus.
What?
But like,
Iron Man?
I think no, Black Panther in terms of the whole franchise all over again. If that ever comes to it, well, if they run out of money, you can print more. But what I have to say is what they really did with what we had left with the character, right, and how to give him a good send off, especially how they just even the trailer alone, just the feeling of absolute like.
It's going to be an homage.
It's going to be an emotional movie, and especially the fact of how they're going to be addressing that, from what I understand, is that they're going to keep it in the same diagnosis as what Chadwick was, you know, with colon cancer. You know, like that's apparently what it's going to bring to that. It came down to cancer. It's so sad just thinking about it. It's just it's going to be crazy heavy in that cinema. Like that's what.
You know, and even that too, like, you know, like the movie itself, like the first Black Panther, you know, the reason, and you rarely ever hear me say this, because DJ knows this, I rarely ever say that I hate a Marvel movie, but like Morbius was definitely one of those, but I don't even count that. Even Thor, Love and Thunder. Oh, I actually, that was rough too. But
you don't want those dark elves anymore.
They were still developing the character, so I mean, I understand it, but it was a little tacky. I'm not gonna lie. But even like with Black Panther, the reason why I disliked it is because they killed off all the main villains. They killed off Killmonger. They killed off, you know, Claw. And those are the two main villains, other than, you know, Namor, which is now going to be in the new movie. So I don't know. I mean, honestly, like, and they showed the new Black Panther at the end. We all know it's going to be a female. We just don't know who. I don't think it's going to be Shuri.
I think I have a weird theory, and I have a terrible tin hat. This is what I do every other cast with the Irish lads. Is I have a terrible tin hat, right? And I must have watched this thing several times. I think Killmonger is going to be brought back, only because at the end of the song is the shifts. It's like when I awake, and I'm like, oh my god, but what if they resurrect Killmonger back?
Nobody's truly dead until they're shown dead.
Okay, possible. I'm gonna wait for the movie because I think it's gonna be fun.
Oh, the new movie is going to be
then again,
fantastic. I think it's going to be.
It could be-
It's actually going to be really good. I think it's going to be a good way to finish off Phase 4.
But I don't think it's going to be Shuri.
So,
I don't know why.
DJ,
Like, I don't think she's going to be that
Oh,
person.
no, I think they're gonna write her out.
Who,
I know. I
Shuri?
think she's going to be.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
I think
actress
she's
has
going to become queen. That's what I think she's going to get ready for, right? And have the mantle passed on somewhere else. That's what I think. That's my theory.
yeah.
That's where I
Well,
go.
they had that whole thing too with the Queen. She's like, my whole family died. I'm the only one
Everyone's
left.
gone.
I think the reason why is because that's actually during the blip.
Maybe-
and it's
maybe,
a prequel, and they're talking about how she had to take over the mantle as queen, and then Namor saw that opportunity to basically, attack. But I think
Make his
I
villain.
actually think the main villain's going to be Doctor Doom in this.
Okay.
That's my my theory. But DJ, so I know you said you were not excited for She-Hulk. May I ask why?
I'm excited.
Okay, first of all, just from what I have seen, it's too CGI.
Oh, why do you want someone who's 8 foot and green to step in shit? What do you want from people?
I don't.
This is the same argument I heard about Natalie Portman's arms. I was like, what the fuck?
What the fuck's
you
wrong with
want?
Natalie Portman's arms?
You Google that. You Google that. People have issues apparently.
Okay, I have never. If there was a comic that I walked by, looked at, laughed about, and moved on, it was She-Hulk. I have never had any interest in She-Hulk. I could
I'm
give
interested.
two.
So you shut your face. You know what? I'm looking forward to She-Hulk.
That's fine. I looked forward to guys in spandex.
I don't care about your opinion.
No, here's the reason why you should be excited.
Why I didn't get into it.
No, here's the reason why you should be excited, DJ, and I'm going to sell you on this. I'm going to sell you on this, and I'm not just doing this because I'm a Marvel fan. The reason why She-Hulk is going to be so important is because, one, Daredevil's going to be in it. One.
Yes.
I think
That's
they're
the next
also
thing
going
we're
to
talking about.
I think they're also going to reintroduce Jessica Jones in this.
Yep.
Two. I also think that you're going to really like this because She-Hulk is a fourth wall breaker, just like Deadpool. And if you love Deadpool, you're going to love this movie because it's going to be. She talks to the audience. She talks to the audience and then like she's the only one that does it, and
she's logical.
And she's
with it. It's
and
fun.
she basically, it's. You know the reason why I know you like it? Because you like sappy comedies and you like sappy romantic shows, and I have a feeling that you're gonna like it just because
You're gonna
of that.
like this
because it's gonna be
Fine,
a superhero trying to live her life like normal.
Yeah,
but
and
she can't because she's getting
considered
absorbed
not the hot
into it.
girl as well.
Yeah.
And she's never been in a position of going from not hot to hot because all these guys want to like manhandle her. 8 foot and want to be manhandled themselves.
So then
it's okay, guys. Yeah. It's okay. We're into it.
So that's my selling, but that's up to you.
I will then. Oh no! Well, I have to watch it.
Yeah, you do.
You
don't have a choice. We got to talk
You
about it.
have to watch it.
I have to because Charlie Cox is going to be in it, and it was wonderful that Disney announced that Daredevil Born Again is going to be coming, and that means we're keeping Charlie
18
Cox,
episodes.
who honestly, Charlie Cox is that man can handle. We've seen him handle the role of Daredevil in both cinema and TV. He's got the gravitas. He's got the character down so well.
Did you also hear this, DJ? That it's going to be rated R.
Yeah, it has to be.
That's
it
the key.
Has to be. Yeah,
that's the key. The fact that they kept it rated R, and Vincent's coming back as Kingpin, which we already knew was happening.
Vincent D'Onofrio is such an amazing actor.
But I think Daredevil is going to be kind of a facet in the Marvel universe because he's going to be in 5 shows leading up to the Daredevil show. There's 5 shows that he's already confirmed in. Echo is one of them. He's going to be in She-Hulk. You know he's going to be attached to one of the Spider-Mans going forward again. And we can't even talk about the Spider-Man stuff because that's Sony, but you know that we've got stuff ramping up in the MCU with that as well because they have to, because if they go down the path of where they've been going with Morbius, then bye Spider-Man.
Morbius sweep. Let's put that thing in the cinema again. Oh God.
Anyway, so but a lot of amazing things were announced. I mean, it was just God.
Well, and if you want to talk about knocking it out of the park, let's talk about knocking it out of space, because coming up in the spring of 2023 on Disney Plus, Marvel's Secret Invasion will be airing, and the footage is Nick Fury landing and Nick Fury landing and walking out of a spaceship. And that's all they get. So something's going on with Marvel, and I'm excited because I have no idea what Invasion is.
So it's all about the scrolls. You remember scrolls from Captain Marvel?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know how they transform and they change their appearance?
Oh,
Basically,
yeah.
Secret Invasion is about the scrolls inhabiting the Earth and taking over all the big power figures this whole entire time. And also
because people are blipped, they're just taking their place.
They're taking their place.
Really knows.
So nobody knows. And then the people came back and they were killed off, and the scrolls take over.
Even there was theories about like different Avengers being like, there was a series ran where the Avengers were actually the Scrolls, and they were just trying to manage everything while everything was going wrong. It was.
I think they're going to also introduce, this is where they're going to introduce the Fantastic Four at some point, because the Super Skrulls were one of the biggest enemies for the Fantastic Four. And basically, the Super Skrulls, there was one leader specifically that took the powers of all 4 Fantastic Four members, which they tried to do in the original movies, which was horrible. It was basically they took all 4 of the powers. And he also shapeshift, and he basically led the Secret Invasion. So I have a feeling that that's going to be the big villain, depending on which way the MCU goes. But the craziest part about this whole trailer that you were just talking about with Nick Fury getting off the plane, Miranda Hill is actually in the trailer as well. And I actually saw somebody leaked it online. Miranda Hill is actually talking to him, and he goes, "Where have you been?" And he goes, "I've been off planet for the last 15 years. So he wasn't even on the planet. So all those Nick Fury appearances were actually Skrulls.
Well, and that's becomes evident at the end of what is it?
Well, the triangle toast was a big one too, because he hates cutting his sandwiches in triangles, and he did it in Civil War. And so everybody's like, "Oh, this is a Skrull." So they've been here this whole time.
Yeah.
So it's going to be crazy.
Yeah. And that's of course going to be all part of phase the new phase 4.
Phase 5. That's phase 5.
Or no, sorry, phase 5.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, they said Marvel's Thunderbolts is going to be concluding phase 5 in the summer of 2024, which I'm excited about. I think that's actually going to be cool if they do it right. But that's
it depends
also going to
who's
be
in it.
I think no, it's going to have Abomination for sure. That's why we're all seeing these little setups. Okay, we already know Val's in the work with fucking our little White Widow, Yolanda, right?
Yeah.
Who else do we have in the bill? We have our U.S. agents.
We have Taskmaster.
Taskmaster,
which is
well,
and then you have White Wolf, or AKA Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Winter Soldier. Yeah.
But Deadpool needs to be in it. That's all I'm saying.
So.
Deadpool has to be in Thunderbolts. If he is not, I'm gonna be very disappointed.
Well, there's something else happening in 2024 as well. It's
turning 40? No,
Captain America: New World Order.
I know.
Yeah, that's right, New World Order, which I'm looking forward to. So I think it's going to start playing off the whole flag smashers and then trying to get the world back to normal.
Yep. So I'm thinking Captain
Maybe
America
after the Skrulls.
New World Order will lead into Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
Because Thunderbolts is concluding phase 5. I think that's the order that it's going to happen in.
But did you also notice too, even New World Order, like it wasn't Captain America and Winter Soldier, it was an actual movie about Sam Wilson coming in as Captain America. And it's the first movie of just him, which is great. I
can't wait. I'm really looking forward to seeing how this is all going to. I'm going to see Falcon.
There's just so much, man. There's so much to absorb with all this. I mean, everything that was announced in phase 5 and 6. I mean, I can't even believe that we got announcements for 6 because that's so far out. I mean, 2027 is the final end of that. So it's like,
is it surprising that Feige planned this shit that far ahead? Like he's been ahead of the game.
Oh, he said
every
he's 15
single
years
step
ahead.
of the way.
We're 15 years out.
Baby.
We already know what the next saga is going to be. Like it's going to end with Secret Wars, but then where are they going to go from there? You know what it seemed like? There's so many comic books.
I'm hoping it's with X-Men.
That's why I'm hoping that, like, with the Falcon and Winter Soldier series, that they hold on to all the continuity from there into this.
That's actually a great point, DJ. There was nothing about X-Men except the Fantastic Four, if you want to count that, because technically, and spoilers for anybody, I'm going to give you 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Kamala being announced as the first X-Men in the MCU. Officially, with the X-Men music playing when he said you have other
Now,
stuff in your blood.
Officially, and we say this because there was some licensing disagreements and stuff like that because they sold off our mutants, remember?
Yeah.
And then we had to have the Inhumans.
Yeah,
and
but they now
like,
have all the rights. They have all the rights to the
yeah.
X-Men and the Inhumans. But the thing is, though, they're not going the Terrigen
advanced
route.
individuals.
They're not going the Terrigen route, which is interesting.
God, yeah.
Because that's how technically Kamala got, but they also didn't go with her stretchy powers either. They kind of twisted it and made it cosmic. And anybody who watched Miss Marvel at the end, you know, her swapping with Brie Larson's Captain Marvel at the end, like that has such weird repercussions, and I'm still confused by it, and I've been trying to absorb it. I
think she got swapped out by the
gauntlets.
The quantum bands. So two quantum bands that they basically swap places. They didn't transform. I bet she's freaking out, going like, she went off planet. I need to find someone quick. The only person she could think of is her friend who's passed away because she wasn't there.
Yeah.
Beep, 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 beep. So it's gonna start that whole arc. Open up Monica.
Yeah.
So
Monica
Marvel's.
Rambeau. Yep.
So that's where we're going to go. So I think it's more, and I had this conversation with Mate Brian, I was like, I think it's a case that they're just taking the opportunity while she's young, because a lot of these characters, a lot of these are going to be the young Avengers, right? So they're going to have to grow into their roles.
Well, that's
why I
also
feel like
another
they're going to have
interesting
the
part.
years.
That's also another interesting part, though. You know, they're talking about the Young Avengers, right? And it looks like they're leading up to making the Young Avengers. But 2027, none of them are going to be young anymore.
But that's the point.
But
they're going to be age up into their 20s, at least, to play younger characters, kind of like how Tom Holland did, right?
Yeah,
and he's
I guess
going to be
that's true.
older, and he's going to have, like, you know, babies with Mary Jane at that point. You know, kind of like in the continuity, if you look at the
or Gwen
multiverse
Stacy,
one.
depending on which way you go.
Well, yeah, depending on which hoop he goes for. Never know. Black Cat might have a turnout in this. You never know.
Which I'm okay with that, too.
Yeah.
But this is my theory, is that they're growing them in, because it's all about Wanda's boys, and we only seen them like nearly 2 years ago. Think about that.
Speaking of Wanda's boys.
And then after that, the movies that we just saw, they're supposed to be playing their younger selves in the house.
Yeah.
They're 2 years older. They're practically going into puberty soon.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, think about it. Like, having that gap, having that build up, the House of Agatha Harkness, that has to still come out. That has to have that continuity. So all of that stuff is all going to get going. So I feel like it's going to happen. It's going to happen fine. And everything's going to make
what were you
sense
gonna
at the
say?
end of it. Sorry.
I was just going to, no, and I agree with that. But the tie-in to that is next winter, not this winter, but next winter, Agatha's series, The Coven of Chaos, airs. In the fall, we'll have Ironheart, and in the summer, next summer, we'll have Loki season 2 and Echo. But the Agatha series is what I'm interested in, because they kind of set that up for extraordinary potential, and I'm really hoping, because I love the actress. She's hilarious, and the fact that she gets to play a bad guy finally.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fantastic. Yeah,
Great.
And the great thing is that once we've seen, you know, Doctor Strange, Mom, as I call it, once we see Doctor Strange, Mom, and her so-called dying, spell is broken. Maybe, like, what else is going to happen? She's going to talk about, like, where's the dark hole? She's going to try and get in contact with people.
I don't think
like
Wanda's
this.
dead. I don't think Wanda's dead. I don't
think she's dead either.
I think,
to
be honest with you, there's going to be something with Vision. I think White Vision is going to come back and actually save her.
I have a feeling something's going to
or
happen
he
in the
maybe
West
like
Coast
bubbled her up, like came
Avengers.
back at the end, and we're going to get like a flashback of her, like everything crashing down. And he puts a force field around her or something and saves her or something.
No.
I don't know. I think something's going to be along with that, but he's also going to be part of the Thunderbolts too. White Vision. That's another person.
I think.
What about Wonder Man? Jesus, that was announced.
Based on.
We're getting distracted. Keep going. Sorry.
Based on I have a theory. It's not a great theory, but it's a theory that when she disappeared, she wasn't killed. I think she was shoved into the
next realm or whatever.
Into the in-between where Black Widow is. And I think she's going to be who brings back Black Widow.
Oh, like the different planes? Yeah. The planes exist, but I think she got pulled back into Catan.
Because she's the only one.
She got pulled back into his realm.
Yeah. She's the only one powerful enough to actually be able to bring her back.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, Wanda is not done. I mean that.
No, she's not. That girl got a 7-year contract
I'm
from
glad,
Marvel. She ain't
I'm
going
glad
nowhere.
they got over the whole fucking boys thing, and we won't ever have to hear about that again because I was fucking over that shit.
Oh my god, I was so over it now.
Like I said, it was like the Lois Lane thing in Batman versus Superman. It's just like, you know, I get
Oh,
that you wanted your
stop.
boys and that was your thing, but like it was just.
You mean the Lois Lane movie?
And I think that's the reason why I hated it, because Wanda is a no shits like crazy lunatic when she goes Scarlet Witch. So it's like
I have a request for Kevin Feige. I want to see our Phoenix versus the Scarlet Witch.
Oh God, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Just that
well,
moment.
we might
just,
get
that's all
that
I
in the
want.
Secret War.
That's a
We might get that in
universe
Secret War.
bending
Yeah,
fight.
I would. That would be a
Well,
beautiful
because
dance.
here's honestly, and you know, I talked about this too. I think in Wakanda, the reason why I think Doctor Doom is going to be introduced in that is because he basically twists, he's basically going to twist because Namor is not really a bad guy. He's actually converted to fight the Wakandans because Doctor Doom wants to get the vibranium. So it literally, that's how it always kind of led up in the comic books. So I'm assuming that's going to be the big, and you even see some of the henchmen in that movie that look like Doctor Doom-esque characters. But I think that is going to be the starting point and the ending point of Phase 4, of course, but the starting point for the lead up for Secret Wars, because Secret Wars is led by Doctor Doom. So,
yes.
like, if they do Secret Wars, that is where we're going to get the X-Men. That's where we're going to get the introduction of, like, the major players. And we don't even know what's going to be introduced in between. Like, we got the lineup, and obviously the end, it's going to be the Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars, and they're back-to-back in the same year, which is fucking crazy. That is insane to me that we're going to get 2 giant-ass 3-hour movies guaranteed, because there's no way that you can fit all that in 2 hours. No fucking way. They're going to be long like Endgame.
They'll break it up in 2 parts. They did really well in Endgame and Infinity.
But
Infinity War.
You know, the Russo brothers are not going to be involved. So
No,
I don't
sad,
know.
though.
I don't know who's. Actually, I just read something that Secret Wars is going to be directed by the same director who did Shang-Chi. So I don't know if that's accurate. I just kind of scrolled through. I don't know. So
that's
we'll see.
good. That Shang-Chi was
Shang-Chi,
really good.
I like Shang-Chi.
I liked
and it also had dragons, so I liked it too. But
too much exploding CGI for me sometimes. But
I mean,
it was enjoyable.
that end scene though with the dragon, like, legitimately, I was not expecting it. I know
You
dragons,
were-
but look, legitimately
you
though,
totally
was that not the
expected-
coolest scene though in that movie when he was
Dragons
running
cool.
down the spine of the dragon like fucking Shenron in Dragon Ball Z, and he was like, and fucking just came in there and fucking killed the world eater, and it was like, that's awesome. So, you know, it's there's so many things that like are going to progress in this, and obviously Kang is the big baddie, at least that's what everybody's thinking, but nobody knows because the multiverse is basically just going to go and we're going to get everybody. Anybody that we've ever thought we were going to get, it's going to happen now. Kevin Feige, like, honestly, and they already said that Deadpool is coming out in the next 3 years. So that is in that timeline. So that means that what they announced is not everything. There's going to be so much more announced in the time period. So I know we have a lot more to talk about, but I know we got to wrap it up. But legitimately, you know, it's good to talk about this stuff because, God, San Diego was crazy. Like, there was so many crazy
this.
Yeah.
I'll say it again. Are we not well fed? Are we not well fed yet?
Well,
We've
it's cool
got
too
so
because
much-
we can talk about Lord of the Rings. We can talk about, you know, She-Hulk when it comes out, which I'm actually, so we kind of got your first
Loki,
impression of it, DJ.
Ironheart, I get it.
You know, your first impression of She-Hulk, and now knowing that you never had any interest in it, to see your reaction as a first time like involving in She-Hulk. It's going to be interesting. I think you're going to really enjoy it. I really do. I think you're going to really enjoy it because a lot of people didn't know who Kamala Khan was, and they fell in love with her character just because the actress is amazing. But
amazing.
Yeah.
Totally about
Oh yeah, that was, I think, one of the best Marvel shows.
That was her first gig ever too.
She's going places. She's going so many places.
Yeah.
But she's also got, her career is set.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once you're in Marvel and you
superhero.
Yeah.
Once you're in Marvel, you'll technically never die because there's always a multi-universe calling out for you to fill in the shoe.
You can even come back as an older age, you know.
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah, I think that's a good way for us to say it'll never die, just like our podcast, because we're gonna keep bringing back these topics
me,
over
Kevin.
and over and over
I
again.
want your Marvel yummies, Kevin.
But yeah, with that being said, I mean, obviously, guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I mean, we wanted to get 2 episodes out to you this week. I still got to go back and edit them and get them all cleaned up, but hopefully I'll get them out before I go live because we went a little over our time today. But I will say this, like, we always try to
dragons.
We're and dragons. You guys best be ready for a lot of dragon talk once Game of Thrones comes out, because it's gonna be like dragon.
Oh
my God!
I got the dragon.
You're gonna literally see me with like 2 cucumbers on my eyes.
Shut up! You're gonna be right there with me. You're gonna be like, oh my God, did you see that dragon?
We're gonna start a band, and it's gonna be called Distracted Dragons.
Yeah, Distracted Dragons.
Because I've already imagined it in my head my whole life, so it's fine.
Oh my God!
That should be, too bad there's DMCA. Otherwise, we could have finished off this podcast with Imagine Dragons, which would have been better. Yeah, thank you.
Right.
But for real though, guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in to Pardon the D. Tink, where can we get you? Where can we see you? Where are you at?
Behind the closet door. No, I'm actually on Twitch, TikTok, and everywhere else. If you type in Nancy, but I'm usually live on Twitch 5 days a week during their mornings. In there.
DJ, what about you?
You could find me at DJBluePDX on everything from Twitch, YouTube. I don't really use the YouTube right now, but Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. My TikTok is starting to explode, so I'm happy about that. And Hoover.
However.
There we go.
You
Let
can
me
check him
help
out
you.
on the Hoover.
However.
It's a new vacuum company. He's really sucking out the competition. Wait,
Hoover.
that sounds bad when I said it out loud.
That's a Canadian way of saying Hoover, is it?
Wow.
Hoover?
He's got soft lips.
You want to know what my joke about Australia?
What?
Because I noticed they had cows there, and I know that should be obvious, but I just didn't, think about it. And I was like, oh my God, you have cows. And T says, yeah. What sound does a cow make? He says, what sound a cow makes. I said, moo.
Moo.
Australian moo. Moo.
And he looked at me and was like, I swear to God, I'll kick you out of the car.
Oh
amazing.
My God.
Amazing.
All right,
amazing.
there we go. Sorry. That was my one joke.
And that's why he got deported.
Wow.
Can't go back to Australia now.
He's not very tasty anymore, huh? Anyway,
so,
but yeah, I'm the Lost Drake. Again, guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in. You can catch me everywhere on all the Twitches and the Tweeters and the Hoovers and everywhere else.
All the platforms begin with T. That's it.
And also, too, me and DJ were just talking about it not too long ago. We're going to start doing lives together on TikTok, and we're also going to be bringing content, hopefully, to Twitch soon, too, and doing the podcast live on Twitch just to kind of change it up, shake it up, and bring a little bit more content across the board. We don't have any set dates for that, but we will let you guys know through Twitter and Instagram and everywhere else. And as always, guys, thank you guys for tuning in to Pardon the D. We love you guys. Peace.
Boy, we out.
Wop, wop. Yeah.